everybody, it's Christine with Cocoa Daisy, and today we're doing something a little different. So normally every month with the Modern Memory Keeping Kit and with the Traveler's Notebook Memory Keeping Kit, I include a set of written out instructions on how to do a couple projects using the product from the kit. Well, for the Modern Memory Keeping Kit, instead of creating a couple of layouts this time, I made a mini album. And there was a number of things that I wanted to show you in here that really wouldn't fit in just a couple sheet printable. So I thought, you know what? We're going to send along a printable that it has a photograph of the finished mini album, and then tell you to join us on YouTube, and I'll quick make a little video and walk you through what I did, because there was a number of different things that I wanted to talk about, that I wanted to point out. And again, it was just too much for a couple of printed sheets. So we're going to dig in here and I'm going to walk you through this. I used a good amount of the product from the kit and made this cute little mini album. I went with, I kind of took the theme from the cute little pug artwork. We have 3 dogs, and I thought it would be fun to create a little mini album that has some pictures of all 3 of them in it. And real simple. So the little jump ring here is something from my stash. It's a really easy way to bind a mini album. You can, if you have a coil machine, you can put a coil binding on it. You can do more than one. I just did 1 ring in the corner. If you wanted to make it a little bit more like a book, you could do another one down here, and you can go as big or as small as you want. And that's the fun thing with this, is you can keep adding pages. So this is constructed mainly out of the 3x4 pocket cards or journaling cards that are included in the kit. You can use that. You can use pattern paper, because there was pattern paper included with the kit that you could cut down. You could use tags. You can use some of the 4x6 size ones, which I did as well. You just cut them down. Or you can have a bunch of different sizes and have lots of fun layers in here as well. So you can just really go crazy as far as making a mini album, but using the 3x4 cards as your base, because it keeps it simple, it's contained, it's got kind of a jumping off point as far as little headers and artwork, which I'll show you as we go through. So if you've got some tags in your stash, those are fun to add to this. Like I said, the pattern paper you could add on here as well. I even used the glassine envelope that the pocket cards came in. I cut that apart just to make a fun little layer for the front and the back. So we're gonna dig in and I'm gonna show you, and what I wanted to mention is you can add, so a number of these cards, they have reference to the month of April or things that happen in April, like the rain and so on. And I thought, I'm gonna save these. I can go in and I can easily take some pictures of the pups in the month of April and then add those cards in and just keep building with this actually. So it's a fun little project that you can start on and then keep adding to if you want to as well. So what I did is I went through and I printed out a bunch of photographs first and just cut them out. So I had a bunch of photographs in various sizes. I kind of gauged, I kept most of them within the size of a 3x4. So they're either 3x4 or a little smaller. And then I just sat and I took a bunch of the pocket cards and the other pieces that I had cut out. I laid them all out and then I matched up the photographs to them. It was super easy. And then once I had the photographs matched up with the pages that I was going to build, then I went through and then I started to embellish them. So you can see I used one of the puffy stickers here on the front. So this is my actual cover, and it has this cute little pug and it says stay curious, and then I added another butterfly puffy sticker. And then on the back of that, kind of at an angle, and again, just to kind of add those layers and add some interest, I added a picture of Bodie and Zach. And then on this one, I added a picture. There's another picture of Bodie, or no, actually that's Blue. And then the You Are My Sunshine die cut, and another one of the little puffy butterflies. And then on the back of this, so some of the pocket cards, I liked the front and the back, so I just used them both ways. Some of them I actually glued together because I just wanted to use a different side, or it didn't fit with what I was doing, so I covered it up with a different card or pattern paper. And this one you can see I layered a couple of the die cuts on here, the little bunny with his hat and the little circle, and then the little hop circle chipboard. And one of the things that I wanted to mention, these were designed, the chipboard circles and these die cuts right here that are the circles, and remember these are stickers, they were designed to work together so that you could layer them. And so you'll see I did a lot of that in here, is you can layer the different sizes of these die cuts with the chipboard circles. So it gives you a great, easy way to layer. So I did that. I loved this When Skies Are Gray, and then I added a couple of the little raindrops on there. And I really didn't feel like I had to add a whole lot of journaling. There's a couple spots where I wrote a few things. I may go back and add some more journaling. But because the pocket cards have so many fun sayings and stuff like that, I really didn't feel like I needed to do that. So here you can see an example of that layering I just did on the back of that one. And then the little Current Obsession, and that's our little Lilu. And then you can see this one, I used some of the rub-ons. And a little note about the rub-ons. When you use the rub-ons, when you pull them out, I always like to staple the backer to the rub-ons right away. And then that will keep it from moving it around. It'll keep it from slipping. It'll keep that backer on there and help protect those. Even like when I cut off a piece, if I have a piece that I have to cut off to get to another piece, I will then staple that to the backer as well, and that's going to keep it safe. And then this little card, it had something else printed in the sunshine, but I thought that little piece of chipboard looked really, really cute on there, so I added that. And then this one is a fun example. So I had this card with the clouds. I put the photograph on there and I layered a few of the raindrops behind and then added the puffy sticker of the clouds on top. So it gives this great dimension. And then using the stamp set, I stamped the Renew, Refresh, Recharge directly onto the photograph. And a little tip, if you want to stamp directly onto a photograph, because it's a slick surface, you want to use an ink like a StazOn ink, which will work on those kind of surfaces. It will dry right away and it won't smear. And then this was part of the stamp set, the When Skies Are Gray. I added the two pups, and then I did add a little bit of journaling on that one. I added a little rub-on this one. And then just a photograph, the little clip that's from my stash. And then I wanted to have at least 3 photographs that were just of each dog, and then put their name on there using the puffy alpha stickers just to kind of highlight each pup individually. And I did that here with Blue. Added the little rub-on, the Daily Adventures. And that's one of the things I absolutely love about the rub-ons, is that you can rub them right onto the photographs. And there is, actually that's a 4th pup. My son Nate now has a dog, and his little dog's name is Fuji. So I wanted to include a picture of Fuji in here as well. So those are all the pups in our life. Added the little die cut and a little bit of a rub-on. And then on this one, I just added the little rub-on of the snail. And so you can see there's a lot of words and sayings going on. So I didn't feel like I needed to do a lot of journaling, but you certainly could. And then our little Bodie, and then again, see how I layered with those fun little circle die cuts. And then this one I stamped in. And this idea, now I used this for the dogs because I liked the little pug theme in that, but you could totally do this idea if you have kids or grandkids, Easter egg hunting, Easter Day. There's a lot of stuff that you could put in here. You could make a mini album about them as well. Any of your pets really, or any sort of springtime theme would be fun, because all of the colors and all of the stuff works together so well for springtime. So you could make a little mini album. You could even do this about your garden. If you start your gardening in the spring, there's a lot of different ways that you could use this same idea and this same product. So I have all 3 of the pups on the couch there, and it says couch time. And then this one, and remember, your photos don't all have to go vertical, they can go horizontal as well. And there's our little Bodie. And I have things to do on a rainy day. And then I added some more of the little glitter raindrops on there. And then this one, I add a little butterfly die cut and one of the other little banner die cuts and stamped on that. And I believe that, yep, that's a rub-on. And then this one, I did a rub-on again right on the photograph and added the little puffy sticker of the pug. And this one, like I told you, you can add things. So this one I'm saving. I have some pictures that I need to print, and one of them is the pups running around in the backyard. So I want to add that in here as well. So I'll add that one later. Another picture of Zach and Bodie. And then one of the little puffy butterflies on there. And then this one, now you can see this is actually a larger piece because I wanted to use a little bit of a bigger photograph. And you could do that all through here. You could do little photographs, you could do larger ones and have all kinds of different layers. You could start out with a base of one of the larger, like this. If you're doing this for April or for Easter or anything like that, you could start your base with the 4x6 size card and then have all the different sizes inside and make a mini album out of that. But that's our little Lilu, and I cut down one of the 4x6 pieces and then added some patterned paper to the back. And then that's just my little back page with the You Are My Sunshine die cut and the little pug and the butterfly. And then I added that last piece of the glassine envelope. So that's the little mini album. And like I said, I used a ton of the product. I used almost all of the cards. There's a few cards that are left here. And there's a few cards that I also wanted to save and set aside to use on a couple of other things. So I have those here. So it's a great way to use up a lot of the product in the kit. It's an easy, fast mini album to do. Like I said, the easiest thing to do is to print out all your photographs, trim them down, lay out all of your cards, and then just lay the photographs on top and then start to embellish them, punch a hole in the corner, and you're done. So super, super fast. This would even be over spring break, would be a fun little project to do with one of the kids because they're gonna love the artwork. They're gonna love the rub-ons and the puffy stickers as well. So this would be a fun thing to do with them over spring break if you wanted to, especially if you go on a little vacation. This would be a cute way to record your vacation memories as well. So a lot of different ways that you can take the idea of this mini album and apply it to whatever you're doing this spring. So I hope you've enjoyed that. And I'm kind of toying with the idea of doing videos for the projects for both kits as opposed to the printable instruction sheets. So if you're either one way or the other, please leave a comment below and let me know what you prefer, what you like. If you would like me to start doing videos, I'm happy to do that. If you prefer having it as an instruction sheet that you can, put in a binder and hold on to and have, that's fine too. We can continue with that. I was just thinking it might be nice for me to, going forward, it saves on paper, which is always helpful for Mother Earth. But it also gives me the chance to create a video and maybe go in a little bit more in depth on things. So let me know what you would like. I'm very curious to find out what you prefer and what you enjoy. So I hope you take this and I hope you run with it. And I'd love to see some mini album projects. Share them with us on our Facebook group. I would love to see them.